Disclaimer: I, Charles Michael Lee Barnes Jr., A period K period A period O E, Sonic, B period K period A, ULTIMAX, do not own any part of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. I did not get ULTIMAX's permission to write this, nor did I get permission from that O2 guy, Archie Files. It is just a fanfic, a fictional story about a real TV period show, movie, cartoon, or story written and thought up by a fan. Besides, what they don't know won't hurt them. Well, not too much, I hope. Anyways, enjoy this story. It's movie night at Sonic's house, and he was going to sit down with his friends, Sally, Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Shadow, and Rouge, to watch some movies. It was raining and thunderstorming outside, so scary movies would be most appropriate for the occasion. Sally went to go pop some popcorn while the rest was deciding what movie to watch first. When all was settled, Sonic turned on his state-of-the-art home entertainment system when all of a sudden the power went out. Oh, what the hell, man. Not again, said an upset Sonic. I must have overdone this, Tim. Tails took a look outside to see if this was more than Sonic's electronic mishap. It turns out the entire city was affected. New Metropolis was in a temporary blackout. Now what do we do? Asked Amy. Sally tried to contact Nicole, but she was already busy trying to figure out the problem. Oh well, said Sally as she lit a candle. We don't have to let this light blackout ruin our fun. We have each other. We can just sit here and tack. About what? Asked a grumpy Knuckles. Well, this blackout isn't the worst thing I've experienced, said Sonic. Let me tell you a story about a real bad experience I had when I was younger. Before I met Sally, I was a lonely hedgehog. I had no one to share love with. I then decided to go out into the dating world and find a nice girl. I was running around Mobius until I got hungry, so I stopped for a chili dog in a random town. When I got my dog, I turned around to the cafe right across from me. That's when I saw her. She was a caramel-colored hedgehog with long brown hair. Her figure was out of this world. Nice tits and a nice, big, soft ass. She stood firm and walked with a shake that will make you crazy. I dropped my chili dog, but I didn't care. She was hot, with her all standing there by herself in that short white skirt and a teal top that showed her belly piercing, and on her lower back a tribal tattoo. I did what any guy would do and went over to talk to her. Hey, I couldn't help notice how great you look from afar. I thought nothing this good looking can be real, so I had to get a closer look, and you are still too good to be true. The name's Sonic. What's yours? Bianca. That's all she said, and she said I like she was upset. Like she had an attitude or something. I ignored it and still pressed on, hoping that she would eventually give in. She didn't invite me to a club called East Side. I went there and I saw her. She was in a tight skimpy red dress. I said to myself, I am going to get some of that by the end of the night. I walked over and said, "Sup, B period." She looked at me with a raised eyebrow and a lifted finger. She started as she was jerking her head from left to right and doing her finger in the same fashion. "No, this fool ain't gonna walk up to me after being late and say hello." She said it very fast. I was left shocked after what she called me though. I told her I was sorry and she told me to go get her a drink. I didn't put some more charm on her. She softened up and went out on the dance floor to dance. They were playing one of her favorite songs and she went to work. Her ass popped and locked and dropped as I stopped and gawked at her butt. She was going crazy. She didn't care that her dress was going up and over her hips. Neither did anyone else. She was wearing a black thong and she was making her ass clap. I tried doing some of the stuff she was doing, but she looked and laughed at me and said, "Look at this dumpist trying to dance." I was really embarrassed. Later she got really drunk and I had to drive her home in her car and help her in the house. Well, one thing led to another and well, we had sex. It was great. But the next morning was hell. I woke up and I saw hair and nails on the floor. Makeup was all over my body. Lipstick on my dick. It was nuts. I looked at her and turned her over and I saw her hideous face. It was terrible. I got out of bed and my asshole was hurting. As I was rubbing it and trying to figure out what could cause me pain, I saw the covers over her and a large hump where her pussy was. I walked over slowly to see what was making the covers go up like that. I slowly pulled the sheets over to see that Bianca was in her morning erection mode. I screamed, "Holy fucking shit in hell," and jetted out of there as quickly as possible. That was the worst thing I've ever experienced. Sally looked at Sonic in disgust while everyone laughed at him. Sonic looked at Sally and could tell that she was not amused by that one bit. Tails just looked around smiling while Amy put her hands over her face and blushed. Sonic looked around and said, "Well, who's next?" Next chapter, Sally talks bad body odor, especially between the legs.